Hey friends, how's it going? Ash here, welcome back to Gents. Hope you're well. You see the computer? That means you know what time it is. It's time for This Week in Fragrance. That's right, we're gonna be talking about some upcoming new fragrance releases, including what will be one of the biggest releases of the year, Myslf Le Parfum. Because Yves Saint Laurent was like, hey, I'm making money with this whole myself thing, let's get a new one out. Like now. So I talked in a previous This Week in Fragrance, actually the last one that I shot, that Myslf Le Parfum was gonna be coming out, but at that time, there was really no information on it. Basically a picture of the box, and that was it. But now, we got some goods, we got some details. So we're gonna be going over that one and a few others, and I'll have a link in the description where you can go and find some more info on those if you so desire, the fragrances that we're gonna talk about here today at ifragranceofficial.com. Before we hop into all of these wonderful new things coming our way that will definitely all smell amazing, and none of them will smell awful. That's not gonna happen. Here are some codes that you can use should you so desire to save money at all these different websites. So Triple Traders will hook you up with the cologne fragras. Twisted Lily, Max Aroma, those have some niche fragras. And then Frag Flex and Perfume Box have just a lot of fragras. So there's your fragras. Let's see, the first thing we're gonna talk about here today, let's talk about the new Issey Miyake. We're gonna do that one first. It's called Le Sel DC. And this one is kind of intriguing to me because it's a different Issey. So what I mean by that is, if you look across pretty much about any of the Issey Miyake fragrances, especially for men, then it's gonna be in the low DC bottle or a style of that, right? So like there's Fusion DC, which has a different cap, but I mean, it's still really similar, you know? Or low Major DC, it's a little bit different, but still really similar. They all have that same kind of tall, wide bottle shape. So low DC, Nuit DC, DC, DC's nuts. Nope, not that. But all those low DC fragrances, fairly similar. But this one has a different bottle. So it's like a new vibe, a new thing that they're going for. So we'll see, you know, how this works. Let's take a look at the write-up. Le Sel DC by Issey Miyake is the new masculine fragrance with a powerful freshness. The new fragrance of eternal movement from the sea to the land, expressed by two olfactive polarities. A vibrant salt accord enhanced by intense woody notes of cedarwood and oak moss. Vegan certified, the new fragrance is made with 95% natural origin ingredients and is refillable. The bottle, designed by Tokujin Yoshioka, features a pure aesthetic capturing the energy of salt. So this one's got top notes of salt and ginger, a mid of marine seaweed and vetiver, and a base of cedarwood and oak moss. So a few thoughts. The bottle looks clean, just really clean, minimalistic, but aesthetic. I don't mind that a bit. When it comes to the fragrance itself, obviously I'm gonna have to smell it to see how it comes across, but it is sometimes one of those things where people will see a note breakdown like that, you know, a marine accord, marine seaweed, salt and woods, and just be like, oh, that's kind of boring, isn't it? Yeah, it's not a lot to get hyped about there. You know, where's my weird fragrance note where I can be like, oh wow, where's my star fruit, my dragon fruit? Where's my pineapple, my coconut? Something where I can cling onto it and be like, yeah, sick. Salt and seaweed, people are like, huh, I don't know if I want to smell like that. Yeah, but I feel like if any house can pull this off, Issey Miyake can. You know, they've had a lot of fragrances that are kind of teetering on the edge of what this says that it's doing. You know, vetiver, cedar, woody notes, marine notes, salt. Yeah. So this could be one of those ones that hits just right. You know, there will be those fragrances that come out on occasion where you look at the note breakdown and you think, maybe. And then when you smell it, you're like, oh, sick. And this has, I feel, that possibility, especially if this is supposed to be launching like a whole new line. You would hope that they come correct, right? That they come with the first one and it's really attention grabbing and something that you can wear and wear with confidence. That's gonna help kind of catapult this line forward to where people are looking forward to the next release. So I am hopeful. I'm hopeful. I'm always hopeful. Next, let's talk briefly about a new Chopard, and then we'll dig into that Myslf gravy train, kind of unpack everything about that one, everything that they're saying, the note breakdown, all that. So the new Chopard is called Leather Malaki. Now, if you are unaware of Chopard, you gotta check them out. They have some high quality fragrances for prices that are not that bad. Now, to be fair, a lot of their fragrances are probably going to appeal a little bit more to people that are into fragrances, but Oud Malaki, for example, that stuff is sick. It is really nice quality, and you can scoop it for like 50 bucks. Amber Malaki also is about 50 bucks. Rose Malaki is like 47. I'm just looking right now quickly on Joma Shop just for some pricing examples for you. But yeah, that gives you an idea. So obviously somewhere generally around that $50 range for a lot of these. And like I said, they have really nice quality. I know that for some people, maybe they would look at the presentation and think, oh, you know, presentation's a little bland, not a whole heck of a lot going on there, just kind of a sticker slapped on the side of a bottle. I mean, bottle looks nice, but it's just a sticker. But they've got some good ones, some darn good ones. Darn tootin'. And so now we have a new entry to the Malaki fold. Leather Malaki. The new fragrance begins with the tanginess of bergamot and black pepper that feels powerfully aromatic. Gets further heightened by the woody and spicy nuances where the Alaskan cedar adds a solid base and character to the leathery mineral accord. It unveils a rare and powerful contrast of warmth and smokiness contrasted by minerals. This blend was made for the traveler within you who embarks on adventures and appreciates nature. So if that's you, if you embark on adventures and if you appreciate nature, this is for you. So it says top of bergamot and black pepper, mid of cedar, and base of leathery mineral accord and smoky notes. The note breakdown is slightly different on Fragrantica. Fragrantica has bergamot, black pepper up top, spicy notes, cedar and cypress in the mid, leather, labdanum, mineral notes, and amber in the base. So yeah, I just want to put that out there once again. Chopard, if you don't know, you need to know. Look them up. And maybe sometime if one of those sounds like it tickles your fancy, you know, throw that into an order. It's only 50 bucks. And I think a lot of you will be surprised at how good those come across. And this one is really right in line with the Malaki line, as far as just the note breakdown and leather. Because I mentioned before some of the ones that they have, amber, oud, rose. There's also black incense is a very good one. There's cedar and musk. So those are all of the Malakis, I believe, up to this point. And this one sounds up my alley. Obviously not gonna wear it or try to get it and wear it right now, you know, heading through summer, but hey, maybe fall and winter. All right, Myslf time, Myslf Le Parfum. This is the new Yves Saint Laurent, and Myslf is a massive release. I think that upon the release of the original Myslf, a lot of people kind of underestimated it, and they were like, oh, this is gonna be just some crap. Nobody gonna care about this. And then it quickly became one of the biggest fragrances for men in the world. In the whole world. And with it being such a hit, of course, Yves Saint Laurent was gonna rush out a flanker, or release a flanker. I shouldn't say rush out, that sounds negative. But Yves Saint Laurent, they do love their flankers, don't they? You know, compared to Dior or Chanel, Chanel will go years and years and years and years, many years with no flankers. And for some lines, they just let them straight up die. They're just like, that's okay, you don't need a new one. And Dior, they come out with a little more than Chanel, but still not that much, not super often, right? But then Yves Saint Laurent, boy, whoo, they're like, look, dude, you're getting one a year every year for every single line that we've got. And you know what? If we're feeling froggy, maybe you'll get two. So I would expect at this point for us to get a new Myslf every year. That would be my expectation. Just considering Yves Saint Laurent and considering how big of a success that the initial one has been, if they don't fumble the bag, so to say, you're probably gonna see a lot of Myslf. It sounds weird. Let's read what they have written for the new one. Introducing Myslf Le Parfum, the new intense fragrance for men, an utterly seductive, rich fragrance that exudes confidence and boldness for the contemporary man. Made for a man who was born to be no one but himself. That's like word salad. Look, dude, I was born to be no one but me. I was not born to be you. The new composition is unabashedly full of contrasts as the powerful woody elements make a statement with floral nuances. A sharp contrast of florals and woods, heightened by cozy vanilla and paired with the seductive ambery scent trail that cannot be missed. The initial blast yields a spicy and vibrant note of black pepper essence. As it gears up, it unfolds an orange blossom absolute note that is exclusively made for YSL. Eventually, the powerful blend settles on a cozy vanilla bourbon infusion and intense woods for a highly sensual interpretation of the original Mysf. The new offering comes housed in a matte black lacquer with the YSL logo embellished in the center of the flacon. Flacon, flacon. So note breakdown, super simple right now. Black pepper in the top, orange blossom in the mid, vanilla bourbon infusion in the base. They do say in the write-up though that it has powerful woody elements and an ambery scent trail. So I would assume that's code for amber woodiness, which would make sense because in the original Mysf, Amberfix was a note. I know that, I guess in this official note breakdown, it has vanilla bourbon infusion as the base note, but it seems like it's more vanilla bourbon / amberwoods, right? Like those two kind of working together in the base there. The orange blossom makes total sense. I mean, that's really one of the main things that you pick up from the original Mysf, bergamot, orange blossom, and then that amberfix in the base there as it dries down. So obviously, this being a Le Parfum edition of a fragrance, the expectation going in is that it's going to be a richer, deeper style of the original. And I mean, that kind of reads like what they're doing, right? Because again, we just went over the woodiness, the ambery scent trail. That's probably going to tie in with how the original base was done, but this one is going to be amped up with vanilla, specifically vanilla bourbon. And vanilla is ultra popular right now in men's fragrances. You've got lots of scents out there with a bunch of vanilla in there. So that makes sense. And look, if I'm gonna shoot straight with you guys here, I love the smell of vanilla. I think vanilla rules. I've always loved vanilla. So if they give it to us proper here and the vanilla bourbon is just really enticing, then this stuff is gonna crush. Just as far as, again, how popular that is right now and working off of an established base in the original Mysf that is already massively successful, this could be trouble. Be interesting to see how that black pepper kicks in the opening, you know, how intensely that comes across. Because the original one opens up just really smooth, just easy wearing, you know, that bergamot in there just takes you by the hand right away and just like, here you go, come right this way. So they say the black pepper is an initial blast with a spicy and vibrant note of black pepper. So my assumption is that it's going to be more just like a fresh spiciness, you know, and it wouldn't surprise me if there is a little bit of that citrus in there, even if it's not listed as a note here. It's probably gonna be there. That would be my guess though. That's just straight up guessing, okay? So I would think it's gonna be there with a little extra kick from that black pepper, just giving it a little more deepness, making it maybe even a little more interesting. And then I would expect the orange blossom is probably gonna kick in a similar way to the original Mysf, because that's kind of like, that's the sweet spot, right? That's kind of what makes that fragrance. So it makes sense that they would be like, okay, we're gonna keep that and we're gonna rework this part and this part to give it maybe a little more of an evening use to it, make it smell a little sexier, a little bit more like a date night Mysf. So you have one for day, one for evening. And then I guess they made the bottle matte black. I mean, it looks, yeah, I guess so. Sorry, I'm just looking at the photos. The one's gonna be gloss and one will be matte black, and then it just says Le Parfum at the bottom. I wonder what the price on this is gonna be. Probably a lot. Probably a decent amount. The Eau de Parfum is $165 retail. That's from YSL's own website. The original Mysf from Sephora for a 100 ml bottle is $155. For a 60 ml bottle is $125. And a 40 ml bottle is $89. Let's see if we can extrapolate a little bit here. The Eau de Parfum of Y is also $155, again, from Sephora for 100 ml, $125 for 60 ml. And since they're naming this Myslf Le Parfum, my expectation is it will be priced the same as YSL Le Parfum, which is $190 for a 100 ml at Sephora and $160 for a 60 ml, again, at Sephora. That's for YSL Le Parfum. So if they keep the pricing structure the same with Myslf and the naming conventions as they've done with their other very popular line, or one of their other very popular lines, then that's around what it should be. So there we go, Myslf Le Parfum. Will this one make up for Y Elixir for some people? And let's do one other one, a very small one, just hit this one super quick. CR7 Discover, Cristiano Ronaldo's new fragrance. These oftentimes you can find for mad cheap once they hit discounters. I like the color scheme on it. That's really the only reason I'm talking about it. Awaken your senses with CR7 Discover Eau de Toilette, the new fragrance for men. The tangy top notes of orange, lemon, and mandarin essence combine to create a refreshing start. Clary sage, petitgrain, and lavender form the characterful heart notes, while cistus notes, vetiver, and patchouli essence create a striking base. This citrusy fragrance pays homage to the vibrancy and energy of the modern man. I mean, honestly, I like the note breakdown. I dig it, I dig it. For a cheapie, you know, a future cheapie for summertime, that looks pretty good. Mandarin essence, orange, and lemon off the top. You got me there, a lot of citrus. Petitgrain, clary sage, lavender, or lavender in the mid. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty nice. Little green, fresh, nice. Nice. Base, patchouli, vetiver, cistus. Little warm, little sweet. What do these usually go for at discount tours? Yeah, I mean, look at these. CR7 Fearless, 22 to 25. CR7 Origins, 30, 22 to 30. So in the future, if you can scoop this for 25, 30 bucks and it's done at least decently well, it could be a nice little citrus daytime, summertime scent. So worth checking out, keeping on the radar, especially if you like CR7 fragrances. Boom! So there we go. Of course, the biggest one of those four is no doubt gonna be Mysl, but still some other interesting things coming down the pike. Coming down the pipe? The pike. The pipe. I'll tell you what we need now, guys. I will tell you what we need. We need a new Chanel fragrance for men. Like a real one, okay? A real one. You could give us a new Bleu de Chanel. You could give us a new Allure. It's been a long time. Or, this would be wild, you could launch a new line of fragrances. And Dior, also, you gotta hit us with something. You gotta hit us with something. I mean, we're getting close to midway through the year. Nothing new. I mean, Versace has come in clutch. They're giving us a new Eros. I would prefer a little more from them, but I will take what I can get. Yves Saint Laurent's bringing some stuff. We're gonna need some Dior and Chanel, that's all I'm saying. I mean, heck, man, Mugler's even resurrecting the Amen line, right? Gotta give us something. Something, come on. It'll be a hit, probably. New Francis Kirk's release? Yeah, it'd be cool. As long as he doesn't hit us with Mr. Chanel. Talking about Mr. Burberry. Got this new fragrance idea, okay? It's called Mr. Chanel. It's gonna be. All right, guys, thank you for hanging with me. Stay safe out there. I'll see you tomorrow. See you guys later.